Baumia, Dr. Yawase Duchum, and Kwabna Ajayi Japan. These 5 gentlemen, in just a few hours, will go to the battlefield in a quest to lead the NPP into the 2028 elections. NPP presidential primaries and matters arising. This is the conversation we're getting into right now on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Al-Hassan Abdul Fattah was the Member of Parliament for Yendi. He has joined us. Solomon Owusu, Director of Communications of the United Party, is also here. And we're expecting Emmanuel Kotin, the Executive Director of the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism, as well as Dr. Kweku Duboahen, Associate President, Ghana Watch Initiative. These are the 2 gentlemen who will join us shortly. But those in the studio, gentlemen, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Crosby.
Good morning, God. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Solo, good to see you. How are you doing?
We can't complain.
We couldn't talk last week.
Exactly. Last week I was connected somewhere. That was also equally important.
Very well, very well.
I observed the show from afar. It went very well.
Nice. Thank you. Al-Hassan, how's everything, Honorable?
By His grace, we are doing very good. Good morning to you and good morning to your cherished listeners. And this is and even social media you're on, so viewers as well.
Listeners and viewers, everybody.
Good morning to the good people of Yendi.
How are they doing?
Inshallah, they are doing very good. I came from there on Monday.
Okay.
We did some shortcutting.
Honorable Al-Hassan, okay. You're making a statement.
For some projects, we cut short for 5 huge projects in Yendi, and I was proud that as a first timer I have been able in my first year to
it's impactful,
to bring such projects to the constituency.
Nice. But they have just about in just a few hours the NPP will be voting. The candidates yesterday, they shared their last messages.
Just give them 24 hours. As if this evening that they'll be going to vote.
24 hours, it will come right now. After midday today, tomorrow has come. They shared their last messages, if you like, to their delegates. I don't know if you monitored and what you made of them.
I only saw one. I saw that for Ken. I don't remember seeing the other ones. Yesterday was quite a busy day for me.
Right.
And so I didn't follow things that were. It was actually this morning that I realized that they have actually ended campaigning.
Yes.
So today is no campaign. But I think I want to commend them for how far they've come. Their resilience. It's not easy. It's not easy traveling this journey. The funny thing about election is that you use months, weeks, sometimes years, days to work. It just ends within a few hours.
In a few hours,
the whole thing starts and ends. You understand?
And you see your smoothness level.
Yes. And so I don't pity them at this point. I see, but this if you get closer to them, I'm sure they are burning inside
Serious
everywhere.
heat.
Yes, they are boiled. The system is hot.
Yeah.
I wish them well, and I think I wish the party too very well. And it was also good. It was a good omen seeing them at the Alisa venue the last time, signing the Peace Pact. I think whoever put that program together thought through this very well. I think sometimes some of these symbolic things are very necessary in our democratic processes. The grassroots, they some of the things they see influence their attitude and their actions. You may not, even by doing that, you may not even believe in what you are doing, but to the extent that the grassroots see you signing for peace, that alone gives them some message. It tells them that you are for peace, and so whatever they want to do, all their actions will be guided accordingly. And so it was also a good step taken. So far, so very good, and I wish them all very well. I wish I've always said that NPP should be looking at a candidate that they can have that patience to take for a long time. That has been my advice. And if I will not mince words to repeat it here, that if they are picking a candidate today or tomorrow, if you like, who they think is going to give them power or in 2028, and that if that candidate does not give them the power, they will drop the candidate. Then I think they will not be doing themselves any good, because you see, if the 2028 is a foregone conclusion for them, so they should have a candidate that they can be patient enough to carry for a longer period. In fact, because NDC, I don't see us getting tired anytime soon, and they have taught us that it's possible. And so we are going to.
They have taught you it is possible.
Yes, they have taught us that it's possible. And so, even 2032, we still feel that is when the it's possible crowd will even come more, because it was when they ended their 8-year mandate that they made the whole Ghana know that it was possible to break the 8. And so that we want to assure them that the 2028 for me. It's a foregone conclusion for
the
NPP. And we are concerned. In fact, the good thing about it is that NDC is not so much fixated on campaigning party act. We are currently looking at what we will deliver to the Ghanaian.
But I mean, the NDC, it has already also started some reforms. Yesterday, the General Secretary spoke. Reorganization. I don't. There's some who think it's a good step, is a nice step. That if you want to contest a position in the party, you need to resign 6 months before the election. There's a bit too about MPship and all of that. I don't know what you make of this directive or this direction of the NDC.
But the MPship and then the presidential ones did not feature yesterday, because they are not supposed to be held within this year. What happened yesterday was towards the it will climax on in December, the 19th December, on the 19th of December 2026. And so after that, then we will not talk about the presidential primaries and the parliamentary primaries. And so to the extent that yesterday the roadmap was laid out, it was only 4 branch level election, but more so constituency, regional, national,
the national executive.
And it was good. That directive is very good. It's not a new path we are treading. It's been used by a number of political parties. I think there was a time that NPP was when they were in power, they came out with that condition that if you wanted to contest any of the seats, I think that one was to do more with the parliamentary stuff. Parliamentary primaries. If you wanted to contest any seat, you needed to resign from wherever you were some months or so to the time. I think it's all to inject some health in our competition. It's not to say that you are stopping the others from competing, but you see, we control. It's an avenue. It's an avenue to want to use the state resources for some of these campaign things. Because if I am in charge of an institution, for instance, give me like Maslock. I'm in charge of Maslock and I want to contest for, say, National Women Organizer position. You have put me in charge of Maslock. I'll make sure every consensus women's organizer. You understand? Guess. If not Aboboya or something, you understand? So those chances are there. Yes, those chances are there. So if you don't take it, you have government appointees drifting from rather really serving the masses, really doing what their mandate says they should do. They will now be looking at things more with political lenses than with what they were actually put there to do. And so it all feeds into JM's posture that you are there to serve the people. You are not there for politics. And so do as much as you can to deliver on the mandate we have been given. Support all of us, because once a party succeeds, it means that it is a combination of all the appointees who have succeeded. Once they have all succeeded, it will culminate in the party becoming successful. But once they begin to be failures in pockets of areas, then trust me, it will all come back to the center and then it would fail. And so it's a step in the right
bit
way.
about the MPs is that in the coming months, they plan to amend their constitution to bar MPs from serving in government. That was not mentioned yesterday, but that is also in the pipeline.
If you say in the coming months,
we spoke with Mahdi Jibril yesterday.
Who? Mahdi.
Yes, and then he confirmed this as well, that you want to amend your constitution to bar MPs from serving in government.
I don't see that flying. I don't see that flying at all.
You think there's a problem with that?
And that is why I even have issues with Prempe. I even have issue with Prempe's reports on the constitutional review. That would be a serious recipe for disaster.
I see.
Let me be frank with you. You see, many people don't understand. Sometimes it's not for the benefit of that MP. Look, go to constituencies that have seated MPs who are ministers. Go and see the level of development in those constituencies and compare those ones to constituencies like mine.
Then we are deviating from the key functions of MPs.
I think I have the floor.
You make laws.
He wants to
You
finish.
see?
Make the law.
No, you see, today I agree with him, but to the extent that he is elected, that position is fine. But go to the constituency, go to the people and tell them that your only mandate is to make laws. You are not there to find them jobs. You are not there to solve their water problem. You are not there to fix their roads.
And see if you win elections.
And tell them, even bring the constitution and bring out the provision in the constitution which say this, and see whether you can, even if you are in parliament, whether you can return to parliament. And if you are here to seek their money, whether you will be given the money. It's the reality on the ground.
Is it not the reason why this provision rather will serve your interest? If all of us are not going to have the
I have no problem. You see, the only time I will have no issue with that provision is, you see, we are copying. When you are copying, you should copy in totality. We have jurisdictions like that, where MPs are barred from serving in government. But you see, when you do that, such jurisdictions, if you go back to them, they have the structure established for the MP to do his work.
Absolutely.
You don't leave the MP in the lurch. You don't leave him like that and say he should be an MP. He should know how he will manage to get his resources and go and campaign and win. And then somebody who never campaigned will now have the office to himself, and then he chooses how he does his things. And now the MP. So if look, there are serious structures. You have to have, the MP has to have an established office with a budget, with staff at the constituency.
And that is funded by who?
By the state. And there has to be a budget that the MP will use to run the office. Everything, all the things that you think the MP is mandated to do, you have to give him budget to be able to carry out those things. You understand? And the current establishment that we have, the MP is left on his own. You understand? And so, look, these MPs who are ministers, to me, it is rather in the larger interest of the public. Look, yes, the minister will benefit. That is a given. But it is not so much about that individual. Even the president we have put there to serve the country, no doubt, he benefits directly from being there. But we are looking beyond just the individual benefit to the larger benefit. I don't see why, and I don't see the conflict here. What has broken that we need to fix? No, nothing has been broken. If you look at what the experience we had with Hillary Liman, where let's not put the situation where the executive will now be seen to be a loggerhead with the legislature. If that becomes the order of the day, trust me, we'll have a lot of issues, because we need to have a smooth relationship between the two. And once we have members of the legislature serving in the executive, they tend to be the bridge between the two institutions. You understand? So, for instance, if I were unhappy with certain things that the government were to be doing, just because I have my colleagues serving in that government, I can easily approach them. There are people I'm with in parliament. Look, they are able to bring down certain tensions within the legislature. Otherwise, you just create some parallel structures who would be so antagonistic to each other.
I see.
You understand?
I see.
And there will be some entrenched decisions that will not inure to the...
Let me say good morning to you, Emmanuel Kotin. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, sir?
God has been so merciful as always, and very good morning to yourself, our cherished listeners as always, and my good brother, the MP for Yendi.
Thank you.
I think after our previous TV appearances, after the elections, we never met. So again. Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yendi is a very difficult terrain.
Very, very.
And
you know the environment,
That's where I come from.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Saboba, you know.
Yeah.
Yendi is my second home.
We are neighbors.
Okay. Yes. It's an NPP stronghold, and to have broken that, I'm sad they didn't give you an appointment to show you up to hold that seat. Because if they don't support you in that angle, I'm afraid 2028 the Hawks will come after you. And just like you it's about education, just to learn on what you said. You see, we have made elective position very expensive in this country. And if we don't reform, a time will come, it will be people who have big pockets who get elected at the expense of people who have the capacity to deliver. So I think that the reforms of MPs not serving in Parliament is what taught out if the education can go well to the people to understand that our MPs are only there to make laws for us. And like he said, there's a budget stream for MPs. And then the developmental agenda is shifted to the MMDCs, and that position too is equally going to be elected. I think that way we'll be able to balance and hold our democracy right. And to my good brother and partner in crime, Solomon Owusu, you're everywhere, Solo. When I open any social media, this thing is Solo. Congratulations. You are doing well. But you are doing well. You are doing very well. You know me, I always tell you when you are not doing well.
I am just minding my business here.
You are not.
Anyways.
You are not.
Gentlemen, the
NPP. And a very good morning to my dearest Helen, wherever she is.
Oh, Helen Apiampofo.
Yes.
And Johnny Hughes there.
And the rest of the
but
team.
This morning you have admirers. I mean, an Uber driver and that is Alex Amegbenyo.
Okay.
And then if you have watched more for the extend their greetings to you, they are enjoying the program.
We thank them. We thank them.
They
We're
just
grateful.
said you ever said that. So
we're grateful.
Edna and Alex, wherever you may be, have conveyed.
We're grateful. We're grateful.
Yeah, we are grateful.
The NPP, they have barely 24 hours to go and vote. Before we start the proper conversations, Election Watch Ghana, okay, they are an election observer group, and they are raising concerns of vote buying already. They say that for serious candidates, they are budgeted between 150 million to 200 million cedis. Wow. And then for one region, in the eastern region, one of them is reporting that a candidate has budgeted like 20 million cedis for one region. These are findings they have made, Election Watch has made. Let me start with you, Solo. Are you surprised at this? Some too say that this is just internal primaries. It should not get to this level.
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, fortunately, I've been an MPP member before. I was a coordinator, as a matter of fact. So the figures they are quoting is even conservative figures. It's more. When the party said each aspirant should pay 4.6, I realized that this year will be crazy. I want to be a flag bearer, not the. If the moment you become the flag bearer, doesn't mean you are the president. The party says you must pay 4.6 million cedis. 500,000 as a nomination fee, 100,000 for picking the form, and then 4 million for developmental or whatever fees, making 4.6 million. It was the reason why Adenimo left the race.
Backed off,
because he couldn't fathom why to contest and to pick a form and to have an opportunity of being on the ballot, you must pay 4.6. Remember, you have 276 constituencies to deal with. You have to travel around the country to go and campaign to delegates. And when I was coming, I heard you and the sisters discuss a very important. We live in a cultural settings that in our part of the world, when you visit someone, it is incumbent on a person to offer you drink.
To welcome you.
I listened to you, and
sisters,
you were spot on. Sister said it. This time around, you that is visiting is mandated by strange reason to go with money to go and feed the people you are visiting. How sustainable is this? And mind you, this used not to be the case. Growing up, watching my father in the NPP in the 90s, where we were the ones pasting the post or posting the whatever posters.
Yeah.
It was never the case. Those that came around, the Dubois and the Selbys, the Dusafos, they came and we offered them drink.
So when did it start? Actually, when did it really
start?
When
the NPP tasted power. Remember, from 1992, a lot of them have gone to exile. All those that were in the front line, they have been in exile, so they had nothing. They didn't have any money. They were poor. So when they tasted power, you know,
in
power
the 2000
comes with its own
elections,
fringe benefits. They had cash. So they realized that they didn't have message. And the only way to outsmart and win elections is to buy the conscience of the people.
But, I mean, does this seem to be working? It looks like.
No, it's working. It's working. Now people are hungry.
But there's one, so according to Election Watch, there's one constituency executive who is taking like 1,008 for accommodation.
Yes, they are taking.
In the Eastern region.
Today, tomorrow, they will be camping a lot of people. If you like, just get your people to do undercover operations. They will show them all the hotels. People are cashing in. But this is where I have a difficulty. I mean, we'll be discussing the OSP. If you were in a serious country, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Financial Intelligence Center, and the GRA would be following
these candidates.
I mean, carefully. Then after also, you come and tell them where you had your money. If you are doing legitimate business, then you just suppose it with the tax
with your taxes,
commitment to the state. But we do it. It was the reason why 15th September of 2025, I petitioned the OSP that when the vice president said he single-handedly donated more than 300 brand new pickups, he must be investigated. People thought it was trivial, but I knew what I was doing.
Where he got the money from.
Where he got the money.
How far has that
They have not responded. They have not done anything. I read their half-year report. Nowhere
was it captured.
So they don't see it as serious. Meanwhile, your office has 4 duties. 1, to ask to investigate corruption-related offenses. Having investigated, you prosecute. After prosecution, you recover. And then also put in place measures to what? Prevent corruption. None of it. A serious matter like this, they have gone to sleep.
Maybe yours falls under the 161 other cases.
No, it doesn't fall anyway. They are just playing with us.
We'll talk about the OSP.
Yes. So it is very, very mind-boggling that a party that was founded on the sweat of individuals, people were contributing. NPP in those days was a party that believed in paying dues. I remember in those days when the month ends, I am in a hurry to go and pay my dues. Until we started coming into power. Until they said, look, let us expand the delegate system. And in expansion, that would have been good anyway, but they abused it. People then started going around. Those that do not deserve to be delegates, they put them in just to manipulate them.
Okay.
You understand? So election, when I was a coordinator in Okakwe South, if you take the Okakwe South album and you see the people that are in there who are going to decide the fate of the party and the country. Mind you, NPP is a public institution. Whoever becomes the flag bearer has the potential of becoming the president. So it must be in our interest to know whom they are bringing. And we must also help them shape who is better suited for this position. By any time you try to discuss, oh, it's not your party, I laugh. It's not whose party. And this matter will come, I will discuss it. It's a public institution. You understand? United Party's position will come, you have to discuss it. It shapes the narrative. But the way and manner they have turned this whole thing into money business during the campaign, how much they have already shared. And you ask yourself, where did they get this money? I've looked at the 5 candidates. None of them measures up to Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg and Google. I don't see the companies that they have. I don't see the companies that they have.
So you're wondering where they get the
money
from.
Where did they get the money? That must interest you. And must interest the state. That they are dashing or dishing out such monies of this magnitude. Does it have any correlation with the levels of corruption that we have been told happened in the erstwhile administration? These are issues that must be discussed. The last I was telling you that the National Service scandal, if anybody thinks that those that have been accused will be the only ones who would have enjoyed the beneficiaries, then you must be living in a fool's paradise.
The other people.
It would have been trickled down. But interestingly, we don't seem to care. We are not interested. We always dance around the tunes because the people that are involved, you dig in and say, oh, so you were involved. You can't speak anymore. Then the nation's surface. So this is a test case for the party. That beyond this, and in any case, what they are doing is an experimental system that they are applying, the top-down approach. It has the potential of becoming the new norm in this country for all the other political parties, or destroy the party. Where I sit, I see no advantage that they will get by embarking on such a system. That you elect your flag bearer first before doing the grassroots business. When you elect any of them tomorrow, I mean, we have been assured that by 6 p.m. we will know who had won.
Voting will end at 2, and then sorting, counting, collation by 6 p.m.
by 4, because how many delegates in each of the polling stations? So the point is that from Monday, what would the flag bearer be doing? Would he start campaigning?
He will start reorganizing. He will now be the
reorganize?
leader of the party.
No, because the moment you elect any of them, mind you, they have their supporters.
Yes.
So what it means is that it will affect those that will be national executive. Now that people are going to pinpoint, oh, this guy said this against you.
So you should not
don't
feature
vote for
him.
So obviously, that will be your members occupying national executive positions, regional executive positions, constituency executive positions, coordinators, and polling station executives. Then you would have alienated the 4 of them, because it's only one that is going to emerge as a winner.
And you alienate the supporters of all the
exactly.
other 4.
So, and you need everyone to be on board to oil the machine of the party. So straight away, I don't see how there is any benefits to be realized from this system that they have adopted.
Emma, the concern of vote buying raised by Election Watch Ghana, 150 to 200 million cities, at least 20 million cities for every region, I believe. Are you surprised at that?
Well, not at all, because the concept of vote buying in our democracy is not only with the NPP. It's a national concern.
Right.
And in fact, that's why most of us have been calling for a policy where political parties will be founded, so that we can track the accountability issues. When political parties are founded and we put accountability issues in place, it ultimately benefits the country, because you get the best brains putting their foot forward to serve the country. Beyond that, and under the current situation where even every political party has got its own systems of electing their members into office, it's quite concerning. Like my good brother mentioned, everybody needs to be interested in who becomes the presidential candidate of any political party in Ghana. By being a presidential candidate, you are a potential president in waiting. So I agreed 100% with him. I think that it would be very difficult to stop the phenomenon until we undertake reforms. And you see, we have been talking about this thing not today, Solo. And people who matter and can trigger these processes are not interested, because it benefits them directly. You understand? You remember when NPP was in power and using military as bodyguards and things, we all condemned and spoke up against it. Is that not it? NDC is in power. Are we not seeing military still guiding the politicians? So it's the issue of the politician, and it's becoming elitist. If you don't belong to that class, you stand no chance of winning elections in Ghana.
So who caused it? Is it a case of the chicken and the egg? The politicians are the ones bringing the money, or the electorates are the ones requesting for the money?
So it is a two-way issue here. Politicians have failed in their duty to develop the country.
Okay.
Because look at the rate of youth unemployment in this country. Look at the rate of poverty in this country. Look at the accessibility to education, good water, hospital. So to the extent that that is missing, and the politician is lying in a V8, just imagine I'm a teacher. I got elected as an MP. The next moment I'm lying in a V8. I go back to my community in a V8. The village folk will think that, look, this guy is enjoying life, so that must come to me as well. So in that case, the people become psyching themselves and grouping and say, look, we have to also have a bargaining chip to enjoy some of the boots the person's enjoying at the top there. So it's a problem we have brought on ourselves, because the politicians who want to use money to influence the grassroots to get elected, And then the grassroots, okay, if it is about money, then you have to pay me this much. I know if I vote for you, I won't see you again until the next 4 years.
This will be like compensation.
It's a compensation kind of thing. And that's not how we build our democracy. I have always been on the view that, look, our democracy is artificial because the indices that make democracy are largely missing. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yes.
All the indices that make a proper functioning democracy in our country is missing. What we have simply done is to reduce our democracy to elections. And when elections come, that is when you see the movement of any political party. Look, for some time now, until these presidential elections, we never heard about the NPP. After these presidential elections, apparently you hear nothing happening until there are elections at the polling stations. Then the presidential candidates, it's just unfortunate this time they have done it the top-down approach. If it was the other way around, the bottom-up approach, these presidential candidates would have been interested in who becomes the polling station executives, the constituency executives, the regional executives, and the national executives. This time it has gone this way. I think the thinking was to take the financial burden from the presidential aspirant, and that's why they rather made them to pay heavy. You see, people didn't look at it. I was quite taken aback when they asked them to pay as much as 4 million. 4 million is a huge capital to start a serious business. I'm telling you, put 4 million cedis in real estate. I guarantee you that in the next 10 years, you will not need a politician for anything. So if somebody is putting 4 million just to register, to contest, that is beyond what he will use to go around to campaign. Hey, it means that there's something in the kitty.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more, and we have to be interested. And just imagine, and Solo said it, the amount of money these aspirants have even spent going around the constituencies is a worry to some of us and for our democracy. Does it mean that a farmer sign like me, if I have the capacity, the well-willer to serve my country, and I don't have this money, I can't be counted?
Means you're out of
I'm out of it.
Equation.
So have we come to the stage of the animal farms where there are no equals? We are humans of no equals. So what are we doing to our democracy? What are we doing to our, That is why criminals are now attached to politicians. They lie behind and finance them, knowing that beyond the presidential primaries, if he becomes president, I am secure for the next 4 or 8 years. Don't you see some businesses that sponsor here and sponsor here? Yeah, whichever government is in power, they are in business. So what does that tell you? Look at the issue with Zoom Lion. You remember, the mighty Zoom Lion. Look, NPP in opposition said when they come, they'll crack Zoom Lion. When they came, they did worse deals with Zoom Lion. NDC is in power now. They are doing better business with Zoom Lion. So it's a huge problem for our democracy.
I don't know whether you have evidence or you don't have evidence. Well, but let me come to you, Al-Hassan.
No, you see, the evidence bit, allegedly, let me use that, because there have been this banter between Manasseh Azuri, the Fourth Estate, and those investigations are ongoing. And to be very fair to the company, they have really done a lot of social corporate responsibility to the state. It will be very unfair to them for me to use them as an example without attaching the word allegedly.
Okay, fair enough.
So I withdraw.
Fair enough. Al-Hassan, you have won an election before. You were a member of parliament. Well, maybe I have to ask you these direct questions. How much did you spend for the election as a member of parliament? If you can give us a rough figure.
The tax people come after you. You want the tax people to come after him.
This one, they are not listening. It's just between the four of us.
They are not listening.
This one is just between the four of us.
There's no budget to run in an election.
There's no budget, yeah.
So, but I don't want to say averagely, but is it resource demanding that much?
In fact, it's purely resource driven. It's purely resource driven. But today, in today's elections or politics, you see, sometimes it's not all about you having the resources. You may not have it, but if you can mobilize, it's your ability to mobilize. You understand resources.
But the mobilization comes with interest. No one will give the money to you free of charge. When you get there, they'll come there for contract. If you don't give them, the same people mobilize and get you out.
The next time they will not support you.
But so that is the danger we find ourselves in.
Is it that we the voters, is it that we ask for it, or you people want to give it to us?
Let me tell you one story, because at the last election, I was doing door to door.
Okay.
It was something I did a lot, and it costs a lot. People don't understand it.
The door-to-door campaign.
It costs a lot. Look, sometimes if I come to this area, I can bring this area together. You understand, and then meet you and give you what I have. How you handle the money is none of my business. But if I choose to say I'm not going to bring you together, I'm going to do door to door. Look, each house. And if you've entered the house, each room, each door you knock, something has to be given. There was a day I did one in a particular area in my constituency. I had budgeted. I came out with some money on me. I did it. Then usually when I'm doing it, I realize that I'm running dry. I try to alert my people that. So I will tell them the reason why you have to edit it.
Say you have emergency.
You go to the next door.
I did it, then I realized that no, now I'm running dry. So, and the people, they are happy when you come in to greet them. Yeah. And that's what they always, this one, he comes in to greet them. God doctor is very effective. But what you don't hear about is the cost aspect of it. People don't tell you about it. So I had to end at some point. But there was this house that my people insisted that
you go there.
So I said, okay. But I knew I didn't have money on me. So I went into the house. We went, knocked on every door. People came, we greeted them. And I didn't give any money because I had run out of money. Yeah. Then we went home. Do you know that?
But did they ask you for money?
I'm so
Tell us the story. Tell us.
Can you believe that the next day I went to my dad's place. And my dad didn't even know that I did door to door in that area. And my dad told me that, but how come you enter this house and not even a single person did you give money to? My dad, who is old, who is not supposed to even be following some of these things.
They've called him. He warned you that you didn't drop pen.
So I was saying, my dad, who is that old in his room, if he's hearing this, then you can imagine how many
people are pending.
And it didn't take 2 days.
The news spread that fast.
It didn't take 2 days.
You didn't give them anything.
So sometimes you are not even able to go to your constituency because you don't have money. That is the truth. Because they'll say they don't see you, but it's not about seeing you. You go.
And so it's just like what you're saying. Yes. It's now you, the visitor, you have to give money to the person welcoming you.
It's mandatory. Look, when I go to my constituency, I look at the budget and I tell myself, look, sometimes I will leave unannounced.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe that's why
I'll leave. Even look to confirm what he said. Let me tell you. Look, I did 81 plus boreholes in communities around Sabuba. You know my crime? That I said I won't give money because if I give money, it means I'm buying their conscience. So because of that, some people said no. So the borehole I've done, that is for the benefit of the community. They don't like it. And look, somebody came and shared 20 cedis to the women, and they voted for the person.
They prefer that over the
now the boreholes I did for them. Some are broken down. They are calling me to come and fix it. Can you imagine that?
As you are discussing this,
so they don't want development. Two people, they want cash handout. And that is dangerous for our democracy.
Two people who had wanted to contest as MPs, one Kafadochi and one George Pese, they are in London now. They run away from this country because of this. So, How can we come and give you money before you vote for it? Listen to my message.
No, what is message?
The people say no, they don't want them. The only message they want to hear is money message.
I see. So let's talk about
Look, Professor Patrick Mulumba of Kenya. You remember what he said about African democracy? It's not about the contest of ideas. It's about whose pocket is deeper.
But then, it means that if we are able to do what is recommended by the Constitutional Review, it will help.
It will help us.
If we take out the ministerial appointment, because even with MPs becoming ministers, still disadvantage those of you
who don't get. They have an upper hand over you.
Let's find a solution to this problem, and then we'll talk about the last messages of the aspirants. So, still with you, Al Hassan, how do you think we can circumvent this crisis of moneycracy, buying votes, buying conscience of people? How do you think we can do it?
You see, today as we speak, a chunk of our voters are still uneducated, or if you like, the level of education is very low.
Okay,
you understand. And we have gotten to this stage where we feel the picture we paint about politicians, you understand, it's not helping, because we paint the picture that the politicians, they have the resources, they are in charge of our resources, and they can do this. In fact, and if you look, sometimes you try to say you'll be measured in your promises to the delegates or to your voters, and sometimes you have to promise heaven and earth. Simple, because if you don't do that, and sometimes you want to be very candid, chances are
you won't go anywhere.
And when you do those promises, you'll be held accountable. People will hold you to it. But the funny aspect of it is that, like Emma said, the communal thing is not helping. We should get to the stage. So, and it's also because these are our institutions, NCCs, those institutions are now completely defunct. They are non-existent. They were supposed, look, the political party cannot go to the community to start telling the people to move their minds away from money, from resources, and because they don't know. Let there be some institutions of state, or even NGOs, or other, or religious organizations that should do this work.
Because if the political party or the individual goes, it means you're done.
You can't even go there. And when you go, you see, the funny thing about with the politician is that if I'm competing with Solo, and Solo wants to be the nice person, I'll let him go. He should go and be talking the good things. Me, I'll go the other way. You understand? And he'll be punished.
I love that one.
Oh yeah, he'll be punished. So we are looking at each other. We are imagining each other. So no political party will risk. He knows that this is the right thing to do, but no political will risk that position.
But, so you think education is?
I feel the state institutions, NCC, they have a lot to do. Look, today we hear about NCC. Look at all the budget.
They won't fund the institutions.
They won't fund them. That is it.
That's why I posited that the very people that are supposed to initiate some of these are the direct beneficiaries.
Yeah.
So
look,
they tend
if we
to
can
look
have
away.
Ongoing sensitization programs, you can do drama shows, you can do quiz competitions, you can do other things. Look, if you can carry outside things to educate people more in the consensus, but easy. That cannot be done by the politician himself.
I see.
Forget it. Unfortunately, the institutions that should do it, they
also do not have the money. So, look, how do you think we can eventually, maybe in the next couple of years?
I don't think the law bit that's the law changing the law just.
By doing it does not help. So look, how do you think we can do it?
Well, I think education is one. Number two, we must improve our economy and get people to be working. You see, I can't wrap my head around it that you go to a constituency like Ayawaso East. Ayawaso West Wogon.
Okay.
Especially the East Legon area. Let's assume those that are working are your delegates. How are you going to bribe them?
Because they are okay themselves.
Okay. So they're in my constituency, when they are doing the campaign, the real politicking in Okaku is out. It happens at the Ogle Road area. The Bubuashis, the Gontain and those areas. When it comes to the estate, they don't even come. Because when you go to a house, they will subject you to strict proof.
Based on messages.
So hardly would you see any candidate vying for any position come to the estate. Or there, you say, what do you want to do? And they will ask you questions. And after that, they will tell you in your face that, this one, it will work. So, getting people employed, educating them, has the potential of reducing the levels of corruption. It is the reason why if you were to take, one day after the elections, you go in and pick their delegates' album. I understand Busa Namka did something and realized that majority of them are JHS leavers. It's deliberate.
Okay.
Not that the people are interested in politics, followed by SSS leavers. They know that these people, the levels of education is a bit low. So they will deliberately put them in the album so that they can manipulate them.
With money, because these people, small amounts of money will make them very happy.
If you go to my constituency, majority of the people in there, they sleep at the Kaneshi market. You see where the Kaneshi market is?
So when you go and you give them 100 cedis, they'll be very pleased.
That is the point.
It's better than the message you are sharing.
So when you think that the system is that robust and it will get a very good outcome, I'm telling you, it's a lie, it's a joke. The state must take interest, just like the NCC must be educating political parties. You must get people who are responsible. Because by putting those that do not qualify to make the determination in the album, it's changing the interest of the country.
I don't know whether, Emmanuel, you disagree or you wanted to add anything to the ways we can solve this.
In fact, I agree 100% with what my colleagues posited. I think that if we take our developmental agenda serious, get our youth into work. If you look at advanced democracies, everybody is busy working. Yeah. Nobody has time for you to come and give him or her money before they vote. I think that another challenge is the political party structures itself, where in the case of the NPP, the regional executives have so much interest in who become constituency executives and polling station executives. Even when they are compiling their albums, they go and get people that they can influence. People who don't even know how to even write their names, they choose them as their delegates. And they try to shy away from people who can really make the decisions. That's why you're talking about Owusu, West Wagon, the East Legon. You see that even if you look at the delegate system in East Legon,
they go for the low.
They go for the lowest in the society. They don't go for the elites, because this elite can tell you in the face that I want this or that or that.
But
so
it's
a foundational issue.
Yes. At a point, I listened to the election committee chair of the NPP, Joseph Owusu. He was once a polling station.
He was a polling station chairman.
Yes, and he was a lawyer while he was the chairman.
That used to be the case in 1992.
So you see that now the quality has really dropped. Yeah. And if you look at the quality of representation lately, you see that people who are well-to-do in society and principled are shying away from politics because it's not principle-based. It's about who has money. You just see somebody because he has financed the party, you don't even know where this person is coming from, the person is calling the shots. You are in government, you are in position, you are directed to do A, B, C, D against your will. You remember Isaac Ose?
Yes.
Thor. He was forced to leave. He just like, no, you cannot, I can't be here, and you'll be directing me to do what and what. He left. Principled men like that, we don't have them in Ghana anymore. So if you look at the quality of representation, it's fast dwindling. And if you look across the various political parties, that is something as a country we should be concerned. And it's as a result of this monocratic thing, and people think that when you have money, you can do everything. So we need to be looking at legislations and building structures to look at all of this. But I'm just praying that after all of this, each of the 5 presidential aspirants should be bold to come and tell us how much they spend in their campaigns and how they raise the money to fund this campaign. So a country that these accountability things don't come or don't surface, it's not worth dying for. That's why I said that our democracy is what? Artificial.
The bad things.
We are just doing
anyway, so it brings me to the messaging of the candidates. Yesterday was, if you like, the last conversations they had with their electorate. Mr. Kotin, Based on what you've heard so far,
Yes.
which of the 5 do you think has made an impact in the minds of delegates? I mean, if you were voting, if you were a delegate, which of the 5 would you have voted for, and based on what?
In fact, in this matter, I will plead Pontius Pilate here.
You wash your hands.
I wash my hands. May the best candidate win. The issue is that's my parent company. I contested the last election as an independent candidate. Let me mind my own business so that I don't say anything. I don't mind any, I don't say anything here, and tomorrow they'll whip me. You remember 2020 when they disqualified me? That my organization I lead was against the U.S. military agreement. So because of that, I was disqualified from representing the good people of Saboba. The reason 2024 I went independent. So truth be told, I think that these things don't work. The interest of personalities in our politics is killing our democracy. So it's better to be quiet than say something than tomorrow. If I want to go back to the party, say, look, you said A, B, C, D. So I plead Pontius Pilate here.
Wish all of them well.
May the best candidate win.
So look, yesterday they spoke with their voters.
Yes.
I'm sure you've listened to a few of them.
Yes, I've listened to them.
Which of them has made an impact for you?
Really, their messaging has not been that Pearson, all of them, maybe Kwabena Japan has tried on a few occasions to be addressing matters, but I think he's very lazy when it comes to certain aspects. And it's not
lazy in which aspect?
very lazy.
How do you mean?
On the job, he was lazy. That's why they removed him as a general secretary. How can they vote for you as a general secretary? So lazy.
I don't understand.
If he was that forthright, focused, nobody could have removed him as an elected general secretary.
He was not the only person they removed.
That's why he was lazy.
Paul Afoko
But he allowed that.
Sammy Crab was lazy.
But for him, Paul Afoko would never have been removed. Because the point is, I see at the Electoral Commission, there are 2 names, 2 executives that are recognized: the General Secretary and the National Chairman.
Yes.
So when they were attacking them, if Kwabena had not signed the various releases to the Electoral Commission, there was no way Paul Afoko would have been affected. That's what I'm saying. He was a lazy person.
Okay.
You understand?
And you think it has translated into this election as well?
I mean, I don't see why, if it's not for any other reason, I don't see why he must worry himself in this election. The vice president, he says he's going to send Christians to Israel. So a serious matter. How can you tell us that the major policy you have is to send Christians?
But that's not the only one.
He's sending Christians to Israel to go and pray. As if we don't have places here, we will pray. You and I are tax revenue.
But Muslims go to the...
They go to
I
Hajj.
have said that under no circumstance must the government invest a penny in anybody that is going to Mecca to go and worship his Allah. Why must I pay for that?
But continue making your point.
So when we are dealing with that, you are also coming with another promise that you are sending Christians out. Meanwhile, when the Jews or Israel, when they want to fight, they bomb. They don't pray. These people, sometimes I don't get them. The next thing is that he says he's going to employ 10 delegates per constituency. How feasible is this? And how does this solve the serious problems confronting the political party? So it's not cutting enough. It's not piercing enough.
So Baumia is also not cutting. Kwabena Japan, you say he's lazy.
Japan is also, I don't see him as prepared. The last I told us, the first thing he will do when he gets the opportunity is let all of us sing, "Arise, Ghana, you for your country." Patriotic songs.
Why? Why do you say
How
that?
does it solve our problem? We are dealing with serious problems here.
He's not prepared, like how?
No, I think
the man has campaigned throughout the entire
campaigning
country.
does not make you a presidential material. You understand? You must have a clear-cut plan that when I come, this is how I intend.
He says he's going to create jobs.
Creating jobs, how? What he has told us is that he has already done so in the private sector.
Yes.
And you know, in the public sector, it's a totally different
Yes,
ballgame
it's true.
There you are serving the public interest. The mentality or the ideology is not more to do with profit. It's more policy that will engender the private sector to enter, to expand the economy for all of us to enter. So from where I sit, he's not where he must, prepare himself very well.
Dr. Duchum.
As for him, I don't know why he entered this race.
Oh, he shouldn't have entered.
He came to tell you that free SHS, about 5 million people had enjoyed. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Only for us to know that it was only 3.5. UNESCO at the point, they were investigating. Remember these teachers and their, training and so on and so forth. Those monies we never got to know. During his tenure, school, SSS, they never had any, is it textbook or curriculum or whatever. Now, that is explains why a lot of them failed in the last election, last WASI. There was no textbook, there was no curriculum. So how can you be a Minister of Education and this will be lacking and tell me that you want to be the president? So as for him, he must pack back.
He has promised livable wages and some other things.
These are political talk. Don't waste your time on it.
Okay.
Now, who else?
Brian Chambo, yes.
Brian was going to buy a hotel. As for him, the hotel that we have for the state. Under his tenure, we still owe ECOWAS buffer stock 27,000 metric tons of food. As a Minister of Food and Agriculture, you know, one of his sins is that he refused to distribute fertilizers. So what is he coming to do?
So all 5 of them, none of them is...
They shouldn't have even thought of contesting.
So who should have contested then?
Those who should have contested are there. But because of the...
Which people?
Oh, for now, I'm not going to prescribe for them. They can have a change of mind. You understand? Those that really deserve to contest are not amongst these. And it is the reason why Adenimo, you ask him who should have contested. Adenimo is a fine brain. But he had to leave because of the monocracy. The 4.6 million that they were charging. He had to run away from this race. And so
among the 5 kaput.
None of them.
They must go and revise their notes.
Al-Hassan, it's not your party, but I'm sure you have listened to them.
All of them kaput.
Solo says no, they should not. The delegate should not vote for any of them.
Well, it's a constitutional imperative that has to be fulfilled.
Solo.
So they have to do something. They have to fulfill that constitutional injunction. They elect a flag bearer. They sat and took that decision, and so they have to do it. So long as that exists, they have to do it. Is that not it?
Yes.
Now, if you look at the way they ran their campaigns, they were all talking to delegates.
Yes.
I didn't hear much from them in terms of speaking to the nation. They were not talking more to the nation.
Maybe the nation will come later. I mean, first they have to win from the delegates before.
So, which is why, you see, sometimes I am tempted to believe that we should do away with this delegate system.
Oh, you think so?
Yes. That recommendation by Prempe, I think I side with him. That we should get to a stage where we go with card-bearing members. But political parties are given the opportunity to determine the cut-off point. So if you say all card-bearing members, do we say for the past, those who had the card like 5 years ago? You understand? So it doesn't become like if you acquired a card just yesterday, you can also vote. The political party can be given a room to determine the cut-off point, but it should be card-based so that the electoral college will be so huge, it will be so large, so that they will not be able to influence. Because today, I've heard one of them promising, I think it's Ejitum, who is promising party health insurance card.
Yes.
For party members. He's not talking about bettering the health insurance scheme we have for the nation. That has not occurred to him because we've had this health insurance scheme going through challenges. But for now, we're always having issues with claims, delay in claims payment and all those things. We were not hearing things that have to do with how we better position this scheme to better serve the people. There's adding on to the illnesses or sicknesses that it can treat and all those things. We are talking about party people. Are we now creating a second layer of citizens for the country? So that if I am an NPP or a card-bearing member of an NPP, of a political party like NPP, it means that I will be given preferential treatment. Which treatment will be given to you by using the resources of the state compared with a non-NPP member.
But I mean, when it's time for the NDC to have elections, wouldn't we see these things? The same delegates will be the ones to vote.
It would be very sad to have this done because you don't say that you would create. Why are you going to get the resources to provide health insurance package for all card-bearing members of, or if you like, the delegates? And Baumia is talking about employing 10 party executives from each constituency. Is that all he has to do? Or is that all he can do? If even within this 1 year of NDC, we are only employing 10 people from my constituency, then we are failed. And you are saying that for the entire 4 years, you would make sure that you work hard to employ four people from each constituency. 10 people from each constituency. That's serious.
So you also think
you that
all
these
5 of
people
them
are bereft of ideas?
All 5 of them.
My finest, Ken and Brian are my finest people.
Okay.
But I just love the energy they have. Not in terms of the policy or their messages. I love Brian because looking at it, this is the first time he's given it his first shot. And look at how far he has come. You understand? So I feel that such people, and he's still young. You understand? So I feel that such people, we need them more. When Ken came the first time in 2023, we saw the energy he came with. The same energy you see coming from Brian. Because if you look at Kobna Japan was part of the last race.
Yes, he was.
But still, Brian came just as a first timer. But you can see Brian being over and above Kobna. And so I love Brian's energy. But in terms of messaging, I don't see any message coming from any of them that should worry anybody. And so, as for me, we leave them to their fate. We leave them to the delegates.
Before you came here, everything
you also wash your hands.
I wash my hands, but you guys didn't wash your hands. I hear a boy on TV3 throwing bullets that there will be breakaways.
I will not.
That there will be breakaways.
From the OSP says a careful examination of the stated reasons for the calls to abolish the office clearly posits that the reasons are most unfair. The office does not avoid accountability. It welcomes scrutiny, it says. It says that the pushback against the office is merely a sponsorship by the hundreds of persons under investigation and their associates and persons who are obvious candidates and potential candidates of investigation by the office. So if you don't like it and you are saying that it should be scrapped, you are either a potential candidate or you are an obvious candidate. He says that I dare state, if the clearly contrived yardstick upon which the withdrawn bill intended at abolishing the office is measured against the actual performance of every investigative body, then all of them will not survive. This is what the OSP is saying. Well, it's released the half-year report, and for ongoing cases, 8 of them, persons standing trial, 33, civil proceedings, 10, ongoing investigations,